Okay, this video is for my daughter Amy. Amy, hope you enjoy this. Have fun practicing. Amy is new to yoga and is interested in getting into it to kind of help some lower back pain and tension that she has. But she just wants to ease into it slowly, and hopefully you can join us. And if you're new to yoga, this will be a perfect practice for you as well. So come to a comfortable seat. Just come on down, crisscross applesauce. If you have a blanket handy and would like to prop a blanket under you to make it more comfortable, or you can grab a pillow, something like this, whatever you have around the house. You can slide it under your bum so that it tips your pelvis slightly forward and makes it easier to be in a comfortable seat. And just gently close your eyes and begin to breathe, focusing on that breath as it comes in and out. Notice the feel of it as it flows through your nostrils, on down the back of your throat, into your lungs and belly, and as it flows on out again. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Just sigh it out your mouth when you exhale. Inhale. And a big sigh. Slowly blink your eyes open. Come on over to all fours. Set your cushion or blanket aside. And let's just take a child's pose. So bring your knees together, sit back, your big toes are touching, you're back on your feet, and you're just going to allow your body to slowly fold and fall forward over your thighs. Just allowing yourself to relax. If by chance this is too tight and you're feeling uncomfortable, you can bring something under your chest to lay out on. You can use a block. And just allow yourself to get comfortable. Your hands can be by your side, or they can extend out long. And just breathe deeply here, allowing your mind to just be aware of how you're feeling, what sensations are going on in your body. Breathing in and breathing out. This is a nice, gentle stretch for that lower back. Breathing in, breathing out. This is a good one that if you want to hold it longer, you can pause the camera, the video, and hold it a little longer. Now let's do a different version of child's pose, extending our knees out to the edges of the mat. Our big toes are still touching, and then walking your hands forward. This will stretch more into the hips area, not quite as deeply into the lower back. And just notice the difference in how it feels compared to the first version we did. What does it feel like to you in your body? Just notice and be aware. No judgment. If you feel tension, just notice it. If you feel pain, then walk yourself back up and out of it. We don't want to feel pain. But discomfort, stretching, that's okay. And it can be hard to tell the difference between those two. But that's how, by bringing our awareness to how our body feels, we can begin to notice those subtle differences. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. And exhale. Now let's walk our hands slowly on back up. And we're going to do cat-cow now. So you'll want to come to all fours. Your wrists will be directly under your shoulders. Your knees right under your hips. And your knees are about hips distance apart. And now we're going to move with our breath. So on our inhale, We're going to move into the cow position, dropping our belly towards the mat and lifting our chest up towards the sky. On the exhale, press into those palms and arch your back up for cat. Tugging your tailbone down in and really engaging your core, sucking your belly in. Inhale. Chest on up, belly down. Exhale. Arch into the back, pressing into your hands, pressing on up. Inhale. And exhale. Continue doing this with your breath at your speed. Finish your next round and then meet me in tabletop. So now we're in tabletop. Maybe take your hands one palm width out, a little more in front, tuck your toes down, and we're going to lift our hips up into downward facing dog. So in this position, you really want to press into all the tips of your fingers, and especially your forefinger and thumb, really press into those in the palms of your hand, spreading your hands wide, distributing that weight. On your toes, you can be up on your tiptoes, you can bend your knees. In fact, it feels really good in this position to kind of walk out the dog. You know, it's downward dog, so we'll say, walk your dog. And try coming up onto those tiptoes. Bend those knees generously, press into the mat with your hands, dropping your chest down towards the mat. And then slowly lower your heels down. Let's do that again. Come up onto your tiptoes, bend your knees, press into the mat, drawing your chest down towards the mat, and slowly lower your heels down. Now I know you might be getting tired holding this pose, but as you do this, it will seem easier and easier. Downward dog gets easier and it becomes a restful position for you. Okay, drop your knees down. Coming back to all fours. Now we're going to shift over our shoulders for plank. So come on over your shoulders and you can just hold it here for plank pose. If you're feeling pretty strong and want to increase the intensity, you can step those knees up so that you're in a full plank. But it's perfectly okay to just hold plank with your knees down. Whenever you're tired, you can always come back to this position in plank. There's no need to force the full version, okay? So now from here, keeping your elbows into your sides, go ahead and bend them and lower all the way down to the mat. Now reach your arms out front so your elbows are under your shoulders, and we're going to come up into Sphinx. So press your pelvis, this area where your hips are, press that down into the mat. Press the tops of your feet down into the mat so your knees will kind of lift up a little bit off the mat. And your elbows are pressed down and your hands are spread wide and pressed down, and you're lengthening up through your spine. And your gaze is straight forward. This is just a little mini back bend to help our back stretch out a little bit. Okay, lower yourself down. Take your hands under your shoulders. Now we're just going to start slowly with a baby cobra. So just gently press into the mat and just lift up a little bit. Use your core too to pull your chest up and lower down. Maybe this time you go a little deeper. Press into the mat. Maybe come up higher. If your back feels good, great. If not, stay down low and press into the mat with your pelvis. That'll help lengthen out your spine. And lower down. This time, let's take our arms out wide And do the same thing, but with our arms wide, and you, if you want, you can tent your fingertips and come on up. And lower back down. Okay, so take your hands back under your shoulders and then press on up, back through all fours. Lift those hips high, spreading your fingers and palms wide. Back to downward facing dog. Now walk yourself up to the top of the mat for a forward fold. And in this forward fold, just hang here. Keep your knees bent generously. It's nice to have blocks handy here for this so that the floor can be raised up to you. And just kind of feel into this forward fold. You don't want to round so much that you're causing pain or discomfort in your back. So kind of keep your back long and extend it out. If it feels okay to lower it down, that's okay, hinging at the hips. Now press into those blocks if you have them. If not, you can just lift your hands up your knees like this, onto your shins for halfway lift. So we're making a nice flat back here, kind of a perpendicular to the shape of our body, and lower back down to forward fold. Let's do that again. Halfway lift, inhale, and exhale to forward fold. Now engaging your stomach, so tuck in that belly, bend your knees, swing your arms wide and all the way up, reaching overhead, and draw your hands down to heart center, palms together, and your fingers down by your side. This is Tadasana, and notice your feet. Do you feel stable? Do you feel grounded down? Can you rock back and forth on your toes and feel comfortable? Okay, so in Tadasana, lengthen up through your spine, your gaze is straight ahead, and you just feel nice and stable and rooted down into the ground. Okay, inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. You can use your blocks or slide your hands up your shins. Exhale, down. Now from here, let's put our hands on the mat, generously bend your knees, and let's step all the way back, one leg and then the other, and push up into downward facing dog again. Now we're going to flow, but kind of shift up over our arms and take your shoulders so that they're slightly past your wrists. So you might need to lean forward on those toes a little bit. You can drop your knees here. That's totally okay. And we're going to lower down. I got to move my blocks out of the way or I'm going to hit them with my head. Lower all the way down. Push up into upward facing dog or cobra. So right now I'm in a cobra. If I want to push up into the full upward dog, I press, straighten my arms, and then I see how I'm pressing into my feet, and it lifts my hip bones and my knees off the mat. Okay, I'm going to lower it back down, press up into tabletop, and push back to downward facing dog. We're just going to do that another time or two for our beginning video. Rise up onto your tiptoes, bend your knees, look forward, and walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your arms wide, reaching up overhead, touching your fingers, and then down by your side. You can always draw your hands through heart center there if that's your preference. I just like the wide part. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at your hips. Don't forget that part and engage your stomach. Tuck it in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, and step back. It's good to alternate legs that you step back on. Now you can hold this plank. Feel free to lower your knees. And when you get to your next exhale, lower halfway down. And then inhale up to cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale back to down dog. Nice work. Go ahead and lower your knees and come to a seated position. Now, those sun A's, you can do those multiple times, and that really helps warm the body. It strengthens it and it stretches it. So those are great exercises to do, that little mini flow that we did there. If you do that every day, multiple times a day, you will build strength and stamina really quick, and it's really great for the lower back, stretching it out. Okay, from here, let's draw our right knee up and keep our left leg tucked in, and we're going to take our left arm and wrap it around the right knee, and then extend your right arm out to the back, lengthen up through the spine, and then twist through the core. Always remember to really lengthen your spine as you go to twist. That helps protect that lower back. Release it. Let's switch legs. Draw your left knee up and your right foot in. Grab your left knee with your right arm. Reach back with your left arm. Lengthen up through the spine and then begin to twist. Don't forget to breathe. Inhale and exhale. Okay, release that, slowly coming down. Now grab a block, or you could use pillows again, anything that's handy. We're going to lay down on our back and take a supported bridge. So tuck your feet. They're about hips distance apart. Draw your feet in towards your glutes, your bottom. Take a block and then press up with your hips, and you can slide this block right under your hips for a nice supported bridge. So this is a great gentle stretch. If you would like to go a little deeper, you can turn the block onto the next setting. Just be very careful and gentle with your body. If it becomes too much, then back off. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Breathe in and out. And allow your body to just enjoy being here. After your next breath, gently place your hands on the mat and press up with your hands into the mat and hips, and then remove that block and allow your hips to come on back down. I'm going to tuck those blocks out of the way. Now, just gently move your feet out to the edges of your mat and just slowly windshield wiper them. Release any tension in that lower back. Draw your knees into your chest and maybe even touch your nose to your knees, giving yourself a big hug here. Wrap those arms around tight and lower slowly back down. Let's take our feet up. If it feels comfortable, spread your legs. You can just grab your thighs like this for happy baby. Or if you'd like to extend the stretch a little more, reach your arms up through the center and grab the outsides of your feet. And then you can just roll back and forth like a little happy baby. I'm not sure why, but I love this pose. It just feels really good to my body. How does it feel in yours? And like I said, it's okay to just grab your ankles or shins. Maybe I didn't say that. I know I said you could grab your thighs, but just know, make this your pose, your practice. What feels right for you and your body. And then when you're ready, slowly release your feet down to the mat. Extend your arms out. Extend your legs out. And come to Shavasana, final resting pose. Shavasana is an important part to allow our body to just recognize what we've done and to slip into the parasympathetic nervous system and to create balance for us. Balance in our practice and balance in our lives. So breathe in, breathe out, and relax all the muscles in your face. Don't forget your jaw and your throat and neck. Allow your shoulder blades to relax and melt into the mat. Let any tension in your arms flow down and out your fingertips. Let your core, abdomen, relax your thighs and your shins. Any extra energy, let it flow down and out through your toes. Breathe in, breathe out. We'll be here for another minute. Draw your attention back to your breath. Take a breath in and a breath out. Slowly bring movement back into your fingers and toes. Beginning to circle your wrists and ankles. Reach your arms up overhead for a big stretch. Bring your feet together and point those toes and stretch all the way from your fingertips down to your toes. Roll over onto your side. Take a breath once on your side. And then press on up and come to a seated position. Comfortable seated position. Bring your hands to heart center and thank yourself. Say, thank you for having practiced today. Because really, when we take time out for ourselves, it helps us rejuvenate and be ready for everything else that we need to do throughout the day. Thank you for joining me in this video and for this practice. Namaste. Namaste means the light in me honors the light in you.